Yeah, I play with Americans.
See, so they went over there to be part of the whole Amsterdam and type freedom fighters or whatever you want to call it.
Maybe they just like
fighters, but for music and art. You know,
maybe they just like
Maybe they
tulips and
smoked
wooden
a
shoes.
joint.
Wooden shoes, maybe, yeah. And cheese.
I don't know.
Cheese,
Do
we
people
got-
wear wooden shoes over there still?
I'm more moral support.
You know, that's the image we have of Holland
I did have
and the
them when I
Netherlands.
was a kid.
Really? You
It's
did
very
have them?
practical when it's cold and muddy. We live in swamps, more or less.
Well, and
We are
I'm,
below sea level.
I'm
you
not
are-
being silly about this. I'm curious. I mean, do people, you know, do people wear
farms.
wooden
in the farms?
in the
yeah.
farms?
Yeah,
So they-
because it's very practical. Because outside is very muddy. Because it rains a lot in Holland. And when it's cold, wood keeps your feet really warm.
practical.
So you have like little shoes that you wear in the house, and then you can just step into your wooden shoes.
I see. So it's still done.
Yeah, yeah.
Nice.
I had them when I was a kid.
And is
When we
the
lived-
tulip industry alive and well?
Yeah, the tulip is actually imported from Turkey. But,
Wait a
it's
minute.
growing now in Holland. Yeah, but it came from Turkey.
Do they
And-
also
and-
import the wooden shoes?
Probably. No, but the tulips still grow in Holland, but many of them are grown now in Africa, and they go by plane to Holland, and then we sell them like Dutch tulips to other countries. Yeah.
That's scandalous.
Yeah. Now, yeah, what is scandalous is what the African people get paid for it, I suppose.
Oh boy, geopolitical. All right, yeah. All right, well, let's get back to the band here now. Now, what do you Barbara, you are the lead singer, we'll say?
Yeah,
Lead singer, and mandolin, is it you're playing?
yeah.
And do you play any other instruments?
I actually, when I was a kid, I learned to play the flute and the cello. I had to because my parents played violin and piano and flute, and my sister violin, and I always find it very boring. I had these lessons, and then I had to sit there and play classical music, and I wanted to play outside with the other kids. I thought making music is really horrible.
Well, it's
So I didn't learn much. And then when I was 17, I fell in love with a guy who had a reggae band, and he played guitar. And I was like, wow, making music can be fun. And then I started to pick up the guitar and sing, and I always loved singing. And that's, but first just a bit on my own somewhere, and then at the campfire, singing with other people, old hippie songs.
I see. So, so there was a turning point there where your musical background did come in handy then, as a child.
Yeah, it's
I
a
mean,
pity that I didn't really.
Well, she picked up the cello the other day, and she just blew my mind. It was like she hadn't touched it for, to make a long story short, she hadn't touched that instrument
For 30 years.
For 30 years, and then she sat down.
I got it back.
I was like, wow, stunned. So,
But yeah,
funny how things work.
I'm not
Music
so
shop, there's a cello
good in music. I'm more. I know I can play a bit, but I can just sing because I'm much better when I only sing. But they all said to me, no.
play also.
You have to play.
Yeah.
So.
yeah.
So then you've tied the two together then with your mandolin playing and your singing.
Yeah.
And so that's okay. Now, Jeff, are you a singer?
Well, let's say part-time.
He has a one-man band as well.
I mean, when I was a kid, I was kind of a singer in the, I mean, you can say in the temple, I was a cantor, they call it. So when I was a kid, I was the only buddy who could sing in tune, because all these kids, they were all tone deaf. And so I was the best singer when I was like, maybe you're talking like 6, 7 years old. But then I joined the junior high school or probably the grade school chorus, and I hated it. So I dropped out, and I don't know how I got out of that, but I think we became washroom monitors or something as kids. But I hated the chorus, so that got me away from it completely. But later on, I started a one-man band show in San Francisco, which I didn't sing at all because I was too shy to be a singer. I can always hide behind a trumpet. So, but I started once with a song with one word. I sing tequila, one word, and that was the beginning of my career as a singer. And then I heard a great singer that I...
Usually it's the end of the career.
Yeah.
But
Then I heard Mose Allison, who was my biggest influence of singing. He's quite famous, if you heard of him. His
Yes.
big hit was Your Mind is on Vacation and Your Mouth is Working Overtime, his biggest hit. And he sang the most depressing songs in the funniest ways. So then he became my, like, a model of singing. And so the first song I did was I'm Back on the Corner. And slowly I started to lose my shyness for singing in the probably mid-90s. And now that's all I do is sing with my one-man band show. So, but with this band I only do one song. But I'm background vocals with a few other. I'm trying to do the background vocals as the third voice with these people, but I'm trying to get their phrasing together, which I'm still working on, but I'm getting closer.
Yeah.
So.
Well, the funny thing is that we recorded a song the other time in Amsterdam, and then since Jeff lives in Belgium, it's like how many hours to travel? So it's easier if he sends a vocal file. I just send him, and then he sends me a vocal file, and I'll just put it in our DAW, and I just mix it myself. So we communicate like that, and his singing is pretty good. I like his singing.
Oh, I do too. I've heard it, and I think it's
good.
great. And his trumpet playing is even, more out.
that blows
even,
your mind, yeah.
Yeah, even more gooder.
Gooder.
Yeah.
That's the right word.
But you mentioned Mose Allison, and he's one of my favorite also.
Yeah,
And
okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Wow.
He's you gotta love Mose. I
Yeah,
mean,
he's
I think he's still around, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's still kicking. And
I heard him at the Jazz Showcase only 3 years ago in Chicago, and he's developed. He's an older man.
Yeah.
And he's doing funny songs like I'm a certified senior citizen. You ever heard that one?
I haven't. I'll have to.
Oh,
look
it's
at
great,
it.
yeah.
I will definitely look him up.
He does that in
He's
his
getting-
one-man band show.
Yeah, that's fun. That's good. Well, okay. So what else do we have for the Ruigoord Rebels?
Well, we came here to play. For you guys.
We are going to get to playing, for sure. That's part of this here fantastic television show.
So we're really happy to be here.
Oh, good.
I heard about Bolingbrook.
Oh, yes, of
Yeah,
course. I mean,
in
it's
Amsterdam, they say that's the place to be.
yeah. Well, around the planet they say that,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know. And
So I'm very lucky that Jeff knew Pete, so we could get into this TV show. Yeah.
No kidding. Not everybody gets to be
No.
on BCT 6 here in Bolingbrook.